Hey y'all. Alright, we're back in the garage, and I thought I would make a video and tell you a little bit about this right here and what has been going on here very recently. Now, in a video that I just put out, I showed um, myself and my daughter in our truck, mine and her trucks, making some trips down the drag strip. Matter of fact, her first ever pass down the drag strip. So what I thought I would do is show you what happened the following Sunday. This happened. And this is important because this ties into a whole lot of other stuff. But what this is a 360 bought off Facebook Marketplace. Um, it's not a bad looking engine. It's got a couple of little issues. Like, one thing that kind of bothers me is that, like, you can see right here, there's just barely 360 right there. And I had to really work to get that to come up. So, yeah, there's a 1 right there for whatever reason. There's something right there. It's supposed to be an 88 model engine. And it's supposed to be that the cylinders are bored 60 over. I'm not so sure about that. They are overboard. I'm not so sure about them being bored 60 over. But this thing came with some incredible parts, like this chain, which is just a stock chain. It's not a double roller or nothing like that. But it is brand new. So that's kind of nice. It's got a new oil pump and pickup tube. There it is right there. And this is a roller engine. It's a roller lifter engine right here. Uh, get a light on here that you see better. So yeah, it's a roller lifter engine. So that's kind of nice. That's pretty nice. Uh, the cylinders don't look the absolute best, but that discoloration right there might have been where the piston was sitting there for a long time. But I'm going to pull everything apart and I'm going to hone it. Just do a light hone job and put some new rings in it. And of course, I've got some 302 casting cylinder heads that could go on this, and a lot of people would be like, yeah, that's the way you need to do it. That's how you need to go. Get that compression up there. Uh, but they don't flow as much air as some other heads, so might do that, maybe not, don't know yet. But of course, it's going to have like a single 4 barrel. It's going to have, probably going to go with a double roller timing chain. I may use that one just for a little while and then go to a double roller later on. The cam I may have to use the stock one for a while and then get like something bigger and better. The main thing for this is to get this thing running for, as of course, as inexpensively as possible, and get it running really well, and also to have it be reliable, because my daughter wants to get into drag racing a lot more since that previous Sunday. She made her first passes and she was hooked, so, which is great. So what she needs to do now is we need to get the I need to get this thing sprayed down with lubricant to help protect everything and keep it from rusting or anything like that. and then later this is going to come apart, and it's going to be cleaned and very thoroughly cleaned. Probably get new freeze out plugs, definitely getting new rings, maybe even new bearings. But everything's looking good on this. It's not locked up. It turns over, and that what looks to be a ridge is barely discernible by the fingernail. In some cylinders, it's not discernible at all. So, anyway, yeah, this is what happens when you let your daughter take a trip down the drag strip. She gets hooked. I think she found this engine, although I had seen it previously, and then she saw it, and then she messaged me about it. But you're not deceived. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. This thing is set up for a windage tray. This was just in a pickup truck. Okay, that's what this was supposed to be. It's just supposed to be in a pickup truck. And now, here it is. It's got a windage tray. Very crazy. There's a harmonic balancer off of it. It's scalloped half the way. On the other side, you can see right there, it goes around and stops right there. That scallop does. So there's that. Here's the actual windage tray and the blade oil pan. We got a whole bunch of parts with it. Here's a bunch of the hardware. There's a cam retaining plate. I don't think that is... No, they didn't put that on this one for whatever reason. I think they thought they didn't have to, or just didn't know any better. I don't know. But transmission dipstick too. I don't know why that was in there, but it was, so we took it. Truck oil pan, so that's nice, because this engine will be going into another pickup truck. I have an 83 D150 out there. That's where this engine will be going. Like I said, there's the new oil pump and pickup tube. And then we've got a flex plate and a torque converter. Kind of unusual. Has this ring gear that is very spaced out from the torque converter. I've seen this before, so that's kind of just an unusual situation. So I'm going to get this torque converter off here. Set things up so you can see. Tell you what, I'm just going to pause this, and then we'll get the lid open and let you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so got this all open here. We've got what looks to be freeze-out plugs, brand new head bolts. We've got the end seals for the intake manifold gaskets. Valve stem seals. Those are nice to have. Looks like we've got a tonneau cover front crank seal. We've got a speedometer gear. Why that's in there, don't know. I pointed that out. He didn't want it. The owner didn't want it. I said, take it with you. I said, okay. So, tonneau cover, oil and water pump. Probably reuse that water pump if it's not, doesn't seem to be too bad. I think I'll reuse it. They're really clean. So the engine itself is, as you can see, it's really clean too. So I don't see anything horribly wrong with that. We got truck engine mounts. This one's been cut on for whatever reason. I'll probably use that. I don't see a real problem in that. 3 pieces of orange wire, don't know. Old timing crank gear, or can gear, sorry. The old chain and the old crank gear in that bag. Okay, another crank seal, I think. Looks to be. We got a bracket probably for like the V series pulley setups. Yeah. That probably is like goes to that large bracket that sits at the front of the engine. Looks like we've got some decent plug wires there, so we may use those on this project. I don't see a reason not to. I think they'll do okay, at least definitely for the start. Distributor. Yep. This one is just, this is for like the, this actually looks like one for a Magnum. I bet you anything this is for a Magnum. Because we got some Magnum head gaskets. Here is a throttle body gasket for a Magnum. And this is probably for a Magnum. Could be used on an LA as well. I've done that before. That's not a bad piece. Probably can reuse that. I don't think that's actually been used. I think this has been. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, those are brake. Those are for brake calipers. Yeah, those are the retainers for the brake calipers. Okay, so that's kind of neat. Probably for the distributor, maybe? No, not for the distributor. No, it uses an O-ring. Looks like we got the gaskets for the smog tubes on the late LA engines. Series of O-rings. Really, maybe for injectors for the Magnum, for a Magnum. And here's the oil filter adapter gasket. And we got one valve cover gasket for a Magnum. And then here's the bottom plate to the intake for a Magnum. Exhaust manifold gaskets for probably for an LA. Might be able to use those on a Magnum as well. So anyway, all right, that's pretty much it. We got all of that stuff with this engine. I wasn't thinking we were going to get everything like that, but we did. We didn't get an intake or heads with this. Would have been nice to get heads because they probably would have had 188 intake and 160 exhaust factory, but he claimed that the heads were damaged and cracked. So we're going to have to do some checking on the deck. I did check on the deck for warpage, and I will be checking it again. But I'm really excited about this. Going to be kind of a mild build. I don't want it to be really radical because she's just starting with drag racing, and I don't want something to be unreliable. I want it to be pretty reliable so she can make multiple passes. And so if it's pretty reliable, she won't get discouraged easily. Okay, that's my thinking. And, if you have like a hotter cam in this and maybe a bigger carburetor, putting this back to a street engine isn't all that hard. So, anyway, all right, I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to get this thing sprayed down to keep any moisture from rusting this thing, and make this to where it's less rust resistant. And then I think we're going to have to go get another engine stand, and then we're going to be taking this thing apart, cleaning it up, ordering some rings for it, maybe some gaskets. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough gaskets. And we're going to be ordering quite a few different items to get it back into shape and get it up and running. So, anyway, just wanted to give y'all a little look-see at what we did last Sunday. Went and bought this, and so now we're going to be moving forward pretty soon. All right. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you for all your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. I really do appreciate all of that. I thank you very much for that. And I'm going to get off here and get to work. All right. Thank you. Have a great one. God bless.